So this 3DS XL
I love you.
That is weird.
Don't do that.
My favorite thing right now. I've been playing it like crazy.
Do you want candy?
When do I get to meet you again? And what are these gold probes right here?
That's for charging.
Oh,
I have the charging stand. It goes down flat.
Oh, wow.
Charges
Do you want candy?
There it is.
Mine's slightly different than yours. I actually have one if you want it.
For this one?
Yeah.
This is an XL though.
I know. I bought one. It was the wrong one. For the new 3DS, you can only get the correct one from Japan. So I had to special order it. They even have it locally. I bought the wrong one first.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll give it to you. If I remember. I'll remember.
Nerd Confessions.
Incoming transmission. Access and database. Identification acquired. Welcome back, user. Nerd Confessions will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nerd Confessions, our safe haven where we discuss our thoughts and opinions on everything nerdy, geeky, techie, and whatever. It's been a week since our last confession, but before we jump right into it, we'd like to remind our listeners that you can follow us on various social media platforms, find previous episodes, and view bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. I'm Soheil, the moderator for this episode, and I'm joined by Ellie.
Hi.
Tommy.
Yo.
And William.
Hello.
In this episode, we'll be talking about 5 most nerdy news topics that are important to us, Ubisoft's highly anticipated multiplayer combat game, For Honor, and the movie sequel to the cult hit, John Wick, where Morpheus and Neo reunite. Not literally, but the two actors, actually. Stick around until the end of the episode to hear some of our listeners' confessions, and if you want to send us your confessions, you can email us at contact@nerdconfessions.net or send us a tweet. So for starters, let's see what everyone's been up to this week. Ellie, what have you been up to?
Not much. Just what we're going to talk about. Cut it short. Just For Honor and John Wick 2. Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm boring.
Not that boring. It's those games. Those are two good things.
I guess.
What? Tommy, what'd you do?
I don't remember, but I think I did John Wick 2. I think I did. What did I do? I
didn't do anything either.
No, I did some stuff. I know I did.
Probably watched a bunch of anime. I know you.
Yes, that I did that. I did that, and then I did that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that's yeah. Let's just go with that. Oh, I played a little bit of Ark. Yes, Ark is life.
Still playing that?
And still playing that until I beat it all the way.
Like, what are you doing it now?
You need to start playing on PC.
I'm trying to go better. I'm trying to take out the bosses.
Okay.
I got people doing people stuff. Anyway, that's all I got.
You got people doing people stuff?
You don't do any of it yourself.
Because you're a boss?
Listen, I'm smart like that.
Hey, nice. So, Will, what have you been up to?
Well, I didn't do all that much either.
What?
I did John Wick 2, For Honor, and Wowzerbrina kept sending us stuff on Instagram about Dishonored, and I haven't played it since it came out. So I actually started playing Dishonored 2.
Again? Put it back in?
Put it back. Well, I barely started it a long time ago, and now I'm jumping back into it, but I still didn't get a chance to finish it.
So
I'm getting there, though.
You're going to finish it? Sometime soon?
Yeah, but you have to do multiple playthroughs on it. You have to go through. I'm barely going through. The first time I'm going through, it's kind of lame, but I'm going through without any powers, just my abilities, and there's a trophy for that. And then the next playthrough, I'll go with all the powers, and then the next playthrough, I'll go with stealth. Nobody noticed me, no kills.
So you're gonna play this game for how many hours now?
I have no idea.
It's gonna take forever.
Maybe 2 weeks.
But it's a platinum game, right? You're going for the platinum?
Probably not.
No,
but
okay.
I at least want to do the playthroughs. The first one I went through just twice. I went through killing everybody and went through killing nobody. So
how do you find time?
He just finds the time. He doesn't sleep.
He doesn't sleep, dude.
Remember, he doesn't sleep.
That's true.
And for myself, I played For Honor. I watched Zoolander 2, which I don't want to go into. Looked into some more Nintendo Switch leaks. and watched a bunch of Netflix shows. Well, a lot of Netflix stuff. And I kind of popped in Hulu, and I started looking into Hulu. And it's got movies on there, but they're not that great. And the shows I don't really care about. I don't really watch TV that much, but yeah, there you go. So we're going to go right into it. We're going to jump into the news.
Every time.
You have to be ready.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't look at yourself, Ellie.
News of the
I
week.
can't help it.
All right, so let's go into the episode. The first news piece. Pokemon Go just got expanded
Yay!
to the amount of Pokemon you can catch. You can now catch all Pokemon from Sun and Moon due to the Pokemon being less iconic and memorable than the first gen, and the game's mechanics being about the same as this hasn't made a real impact in the user base of the game. So many people
Don't care?
don't really care, I guess.
That's sad.
I don't think it's that they don't care. I just think that they
A lot of people speculate about this too. It's like these Pokemon are not as iconic. So, and the game's already had its like,
run.
oh, it's amazing how these Pokemon are everywhere.
But yeah, at the same time, nobody really cares about. Not that nobody really cares. Everyone's already gone through the game, and the game has lost its hype. I think that's just me. I remember playing it when I first got it. Remember when everyone jumped on it, and we're walking around city. And
We're all playing like crazy. People are driving around just to go get the gyms.
Yeah, and you're like, what's going on? And now people are not doing that because it's lost its luster, and they also updated it poorly. It started. I think the thing that happened originally was that first update, and that killed the game for many people. So,
What was the update?
remember that update that they took out
away
the
the tracking.
Oh.
and then that tracking update really hurt it, and a lot of people were like, "Why did you take this away? We really like it." Remember
It's
that?
the only way to see how close they were.
I
Yeah.
didn't think it mattered. I don't know. I guess.
Well, and then they also shut down that third-party application. I don't remember
That'd help you find them, yeah.
to help you find them, and then people got really pissed off with that too.
No.
So.
What's the point?
Well, the app was really nice, but the reason they took it away is because didn't it ping their server? That's why they took it away, and they didn't like that. So they said, screw you guys, we're taking it away. So, next piece of news. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild will have an expansion pass. Whoa, that's going to be fun.
What does that mean?
So, the pass will be the only way to get the content. You can only you cannot buy the DLC parts individually. 3 chests and a Switch shirt for Link on launch.
That's the first one, yeah, that you get.
Okay. Later, a hard mode, Cave of Trials challenge, and additional map features in September 2017. So there's the second one, right? And then the last one is new original story, new dungeon, and additional challenges in holiday 2017. So they're going to release 3 sets of new gameplay for $19.99, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be like a $20 expansion,
But like say you just want the third drop, you can't buy it individually, you have to buy the whole thing.
which sucks, but you have to.
What?
And imagine getting the DLC on Wii U, you get a Switch shirt.
Only on the Wii U? You don't get it for Switch?
Imagine if you get it on the Wii U, you get this that one of the
Oh yeah,
things
for
is
the
you get a
game,
Switch shirt.
Link gets the shirt, right?
Yeah.
Not you. Yeah. I thought you said you get a shirt. I was like, wait, what?
No, Switch gets a
Link.
Link gets a Switch. Yeah.
Well, that's
Switch
cool,
shirt.
but that would suck if you got that on the Wii U, because you're like, oh, I have it on here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wouldn't you just want that U symbol? But anyway, next piece of news: PS4 4.5 patch is coming. The patch is in beta still, but has a lot of much needed features. PS4 boost mode, support for 3D movies, which you can watch them on a PSVR headset too.
Tommy.
External hard drive support and custom backgrounds.
So 3D movies, you can watch them on the headset now.
What?
As soon as the headset drops.
I hate 3D movies.
Well, I'm just saying, the simulating a big screen in front of you.
But that's pretty cool,
And
though.
it'd be in 3D.
I have a 3D television. I never use it. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
3D is-
I do. I
3D
lay in bed sometimes and play that way.
I think 3D
It's
is
like
dying.
it's like making a TV on your ceiling. If you're laying
3D
down,
is dying.
looking at the ceiling.
Oh, you're talking. Yeah. When you play with a VR headset.
Oh.
Yeah.
But-
No, I never play with the VR headset. I wish I did sometimes, but I don't. I wish I played with it. But
3D is dying.
the 3D television, I think I heard many people they've dropped picking it up and doing it. So there you go. So next piece of news. Nokia 3310 is going to have a relaunch with the current battery technology, and phone can now last more than before, requiring a recharge. The price is expected to be $62. This is the phone, if you remember when you were maybe in the 8th or 9th grade, was really popular. If you're not my age.
I didn't have a phone.
It was the Nokia brick, the one you could throw against the wall. And it would last.
No.
Now with the battery, it'll last a week before you have to recharge.
Wow. Shit.
If you do
a whole week, that's actually a good prepper phone.
I want like a blocky phone.
That's a good prepper phone.
But it doesn't have anything fancy on it, right? It's still the same screen.
Yeah, it's still the same.
But it's a good phone
call.
for like emergency shit, you know, when there's no power.
You can do more than that. You can
Oh,
play
goddamn.
Ribbon or Snake.
Can you really?
Snake was a good game.
Snake was a good game
I love
then.
Snake. I played it so
People
much back
send
then.
text messages with that.
Yeah.
What, do we
I
have
used-
to do the old-fashioned way?
Yeah, you use the T9,
Click, click, click.
the T9 one where you had to push AAA.
I remember those
To get C.
days.
That was a tough time.
Yeah, it was. I don't know
But-
how people did it without looking. Like they did.
60. Oh, I don't know how to do that either. With T9, I didn't know how to do that. Good luck. But next piece of news: the game developer Bungie, famous for Halo and Destiny, filed a trademark for Destiny Con, which means
Ew.
two things.
Ew.
Bungie is planning an upcoming convention for
Ew.
Destiny 2,
Oh god.
or they're securing
Never
their
even
name
played
brand-
it.
Oh god.
Or they're securing their brand name for being used. Fans are already holding Guardian Con on their own. So
What?
Destiny already has its own convention, which is interesting.
That's
Just a
cool.
bunch of people dressed up in armor.
No, just playing Destiny, I'm sure, in like a big group area. Like they had QuakeCon
The fuck?
back in the day. You ever heard of that?
Huh?
There was a bunch of people just basically doing a giant LAN party.
Oh, so like
I don't
Yeah,
I
LAN
don't
party.
I don't know anything about Guardian Con, but it'd be interesting if Bungie did something official for Destiny 2.
Do you-
Destiny
You think?
2
I think they
or
may
2?
do something if they're going to do
Destiny 2.
it. Destiny, the second game.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to come out sometime, either the Christmas this year or next year sometime.
Do you think it's going to come out on Christmas?
No.
Around there.
I thought maybe it'd come out
Supposedly,
summer.
I heard there's a rumor that supposedly if Bungie did not release it holiday season this year, that EA will get a percentage of the company.
Why?
I don't know. It's just a rumor. I don't know why.
Like,
Part
that's
of
a
the
hard-
contract. They like have a deadline.
Oh, that's crazy.
They're gonna throw out a crappy game if they're being rushed.
History repeats itself. Terrible launch.
So at the end of the day, you think they're going to make a convention just to launch the game, or you don't think they're going to just say, okay, hey,
No, like a convention just to hype up the game, get everybody hands on.
instead of them just going at it and saying, hey, I'm going to make instead of making that, I'm just going to put a game to a convention that's part of somebody else's convention, like they were at PlayStation's PSX. So I thought maybe that's what they would do.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
at the same time, everybody's not there for just Destiny. I mean, Destiny always had a long line during that thing.
Oh, yeah, because
I don't know why.
everyone wanted to play on their PCs, not on their
Everybody wanted
PlayStations.
Everybody wanted to do the Sparrow racing for some reason.
Again, Will is the only one that got the shirt. Anyone? Wait, moving on to our topic of the week, number 1.
First topic of the week, For Honor.
All right, For Honor. So we all played For Honor here. I think we all got our hands on it and played it together even. Question for you guys. Does it look as good as the trailer shown at the last E3?
yes,
Yes?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. It looks
Yes.
better.
it's
They're-
fabulous.
If you play the
I
campaign,
love it.
once you get to the samurai levels, it kind of resembles what they showed with the rain and the reflections from the rain and all that stuff. But as far as like the animation quality and just the overall way that trailer looked, it was not real gameplay. They obviously sharpened it up.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's like saying.
Well, it said real gameplay, but it wasn't.
But
Oh,
at the
did
same
it?
time, this is the same.
It was like Watch Dogs.
They're the same. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Typical Ubisoft.
They're the same guys that put out Watch Dogs that put out this amazing game, that amazing trailer for Watch Dogs, and Watch Dogs didn't do that. But what did you think about it yourself, Ellie? You played
I
it
thought
a
it
lot.
was really pretty. I honestly, like, in the beginning, I think all I was doing is examining all the graphics and the pretty clothes and armor.
It's interesting. Most of the characters, I'm jumping in a little ahead, but most characters can be a female or male. Just a couple can be male only or female only. But do you guys think that the unique combat system is complicated?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I think
God damn it, it's complicated. I'm trying to block, and then I'm attacking, like stop attacking. Then when I want to attack, I'm blocking. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
I think it's its greatest strength and its greatest weakness. There's no other game that has a combat system like this.
Yeah, this is very intricate.
Not that I'm aware of. The closest one I can think of is maybe Dead or Alive.
Mm.
I didn't think it was
Dead or Alive. You
complicated.
could block. Dead or Alive. You have a counter for upper attack, mid attack, low attack.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the counter for somebody countering is grabbing and throwing, much like the break in this, where you break the defense.
I mean, I guess you could say UFC is kind of
Not
a little
combat.
bit.
No.
It's
But
kind of
this is even more. This is more complicated than that.
This is
Yeah,
different
it
because
is.
you're playing face to face.
I
and
noticed-
it's a three-way difference. There's three. You can attack in like a triangle. I would say
it's like a little
up,
shield.
left, right, right.
And you know what's crazy is that, like, for example, if you block on your right, it'll take a sword to the right, and then if you block up, it'll lift the sword right up there. But then if you move block left, and then you move, block up, it's now holding up, but the opposite direction. So it'll block up, but in a whole different mirrored direction.
Life-changing.
It doesn't matter if you're up on left or
Like
up on
most
right. It
games,
still
right?
blocks.
Like for example, if you block up in most games, it'll block the exact same way it was.
He's talking about motion animation. The motion
Like,
animation.
the way
like when he blocks this way, he blocks up. With
But it
this,
doesn't-
This way.
Yeah, that's
But
why
then-
that's
but
why they
then
give that.
if you block this way, he'll block up again this way instead of going from this to straight back to this.
Yeah,
way.
that's why they give you that little shield. where you
Yeah,
can
I know
see
that. I'm
what
just saying, like,
position you're
it's
in.
like holy shit.
But
But it doesn't matter. Up is up.
yeah, what was I thought was interesting
Up,
is
left, up, right.
kind of jumping ahead a little bit too is in the campaign, the hardest difficulty, they take that shield away, so you have to rely on the animation of where the
Yeah,
thing
I remember
is.
it was called realistic. I was
Yeah.
playing
it's
that
called
with
realistic.
you. Yeah. So also the factions. There's 3 factions in this system game. It's the Knights, Vikings, and the Samurai, or I would say the Scandinavians, then like the English, French, and then the Samurai. So you have the Japanese.
Yeah, so this is really weird. It's like they took the world and made it Pangea again, and then
Yeah.
they shoved the Japan, and they shoved like Europe, and then they shoved they made Scandinavia larger and shoved it all together, and this is the world that the game is in.
And talking about that, that's when you get to see that Pangea is where you see the faction war system, right? And where you look at it from above, you get
Yeah.
to see the like a Pangea map. You see the not Vikings. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the faction war system, if you're going to jump into that, is the
What was that?
Who's you on my phone?
What?
What are you doing in there?
that's his text message sound effect.
You asshole.
So
It's gone. Your little Ewok. Oh, it's over
It's
there.
right here.
Not Ewok.
Jawa.
Jawa.
So yeah,
So anyway, the faction system, you look at on the multiplayer, it's something to give you incentive for continuing to play. For faction wins, you get some sort of bonus, and you choose a faction when you first start playing. And there's 3 different little modes, and each one goes to a section of the Pangea. You play a game mode, you get something that like a weapon or a defense that you can apply to the little blocks, and it's basically like an ongoing war that you can.
you basically affect it by winning or losing, right? Your matches.
Yeah, and like after so many days, I think it's right at this point, it's like 15 days.
Yeah,
you
50
can
it's
see the results. Did
season
your
1.
faction win?
It's called seasons, right? Season 1, season
Yeah.
2. I think it's 5 seasons.
Yeah,
So I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's really interesting. What?
I thought it was hilarious that they fought over water.
Oh,
I was sitting there going like,
They
there's like
fought
a little
over
puddle of water, and then like the 3 most like random places in the world. They're like, my water, no, my water, and then they just fucking go ham. And then they fight for like centuries above the water. They said like 1,000 years pass or some shit in the trailer, and they're still in armor. By the way, no one's got a gun. They're still fighting.
yeah.
and then at the end of
that
it,
was a little weird.
and then
yeah.
at the end of it, that puddle not only is it not bigger or smaller, it's just muddy with blood.
no,
That's it.
they've talked about it. I think they said to talk about it in the story mode, right?
I don't
But
think
why-
it follows real world settings.
the story mode has its own story independent of that.
They don't talk about why they're still fighting.
No,
Oh, they're just still fighting. All right.
well, no, they have. There's a character that's trying to instigate fighting. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
I
learn
forgot
about
her
that
name.
during the little trailer, but other
Yeah.
than that, you don't know. So there's character classes. There's easy, medium, hard labeled classes for difficulty, ability use. There's the adaptable vanguard heroes, the stealthy assassin heroes, the tough heavy heroes, and the hybrid heroes. So there's 4 different types of heroes. Vanguards are all the basics. Everyone gets a free Vanguard, right? Everyone, when you start playing, get a Vanguard
I believe
character.
so,
Yeah, all the Vanguard characters is what you start out with for free. The other ones you have to unlock. Yeah,
So, they're basically the ubiquitous everything goes heavy. They have heavy attacks. They have
they don't require as much learning to be able to enjoy their combat system.
right, and then there's stealthy, fast ones. The assassins. Everyone's got one.
Those ones usually. What's interesting about them is we talked about how you have to always be blocking in one direction. With them, you don't see what direction they're blocking, and they can only hold a block for so long. So, when you try to attack, you don't know if they're going to attack in that direction.
Yeah.
Or if they're going to block in that direction. Usually, you shift to where the other person's shifted to, because not only do they block in that direction, they hit you in that direction. But the fast people, it's hard to predict what they're going to do.
Yeah, because they can attack faster. Their switch and their attack is quick. So,
But it's really cool to watch them take on like pawns in a very fast succession. It's just like you just take everyone out. It's so cool. Like I was playing the Peacekeeper, who's the knight version of the fast, and that sucker was like flipping over people's backs, doing Assassin's Creed stuff. I was like, God damn, this is cool.
Yeah. Is it called the Peacekeeper, the assassin-looking one?
Yeah, Peacekeeper.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Assassin's Creed.
There's one that looks
that's
like
a cool one.
that one's the one that has like a poison tip dagger.
And it's only a female. You can't play a male.
Yeah.
And when you
that's
got
the one I
hood,
unlocked.
It's got the hood just like the assassin.
Yeah.
So
but
instead
it's
of-
got like a face mask oh fuck, what's that one?
everyone's got that one's got a special tipped bar. You know how most characters, they do a pushback. Instead of them doing a pushback, they do a grapple and then a stab.
Yeah.
And then you get like poisoned for like 20-30 seconds.
Personally,
Mm-hmm.
I hate fighting.
You probably never had it happen to you. I've had it happen to me a lot.
You usually play the fast
I
characters.
guess
so you
because I
probably ran
played
away.
it, so
You play as a fast character. I always play as the heavy, so the heavy can't. For some
Move
reason,
much.
it's comparative to the assassins, like the worst matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So the heavy can hit her. It takes a lot of damage, but it's really hard to fight an assassin because they just keep hitting you left, right, left, right, left, right. It's hard to block.
So you said the stealthy ones, so now you mentioned the next one, the tough, heavy heroes.
Tough heavy. That's the one I always play as. And the tough heavies, they're slower. They have each one of them has a different perk, but since they're heavy, they can push people out of the way easier. So if they play against a small guy, they can basically throw him like 4 or 5 feet, where a small guy can't throw a heavy guy. There's usually one of their perks. They can't be thrown. So it can be thrown by another heavy, but they can't get thrown by anything else.
sumo wrestling.
The sumo
match
guy's my
right there,
favorite.
Can you imagine?
That's my favorite one, the sumo one.
Clash.
Yeah,
right
I
there.
love how when he kills somebody, it pats his belly.
Yeah.
So weird.
I didn't know. I thought you were like an ogre at first. I was like, "What the fuck is this tall ass?" I was like,
Because
"Who
he's
is this?"
wearing
And he's
masks.
like, "Oh, it's Soil." I was like, "Oh shit."
It's like a giant Japanese sumo wrestler.
Or ogre.
If I'm gonna jump back to graphics, it really bothered me how everybody's face was covered.
I like
Oh,
that.
You can't see their face. You can see their lower face.
Even like the peon knights, they looked like doctors.
You know what? I didn't care that they have.
I know why they did it,
Looking
so
at the
they can talk
faces?
and not do the animation.
The one thing that bothered me though was that when you customize them, you can change the skin color. I'm like, what's the point though? You can't even see.
What if you want to be a black
skin.
Japanese person?
Yeah, you can do that.
I mean, you can, but you could hardly see skin.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
You're
true.
right. Because if you're playing as that Japanese assassin, like you can't see
So
anything
then
of
what's
them.
the point? They just used up a space slot right there.
Yeah.
They could put something else.
True.
Decorate its ankle instead.
There's a lot of customization on those characters, but I'm going to jump into the last one. Is the hybrid hero, and the hybrid hero's got kind of a weird. Everyone's
think-
different.
Yeah, I think like for example, for the Vikings, they have one that is kind of the fast one, but at the same time, it's a shield one,
Yeah.
and that's the one you played a lot. Ellie.
Yeah, that I like that.
And
character.
then I think the hybrid for the
The-
knights would be the one that is like a heavy but not, and he runs really fast with
Yeah,
the lance.
he's a fast heavy, and he's got like a weird lance that also can turn into like a pitchfork, where he like stabs you and throws you over shoulder.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what it is for the samurai.
And the samurai is
It's
the
Is it the pole arm person? I
it's
don't
the
think
it's
so.
the
Yeah, the one that hunches and it's covered and
It's-
has a rice hat.
it's the
Yeah, that's the pole arm person.
it's the pole
For
arm
sure?
person.
Yeah.
The one that is the assassin type
I hate
Has
that
that-
one.
is it's like an Odachi type guy. He's got
Yeah.
like he looks like a real samurai, but he's like a smaller, sharper sword.
Yeah, I really like that one because he has some complicated moves. Like there's one where you have to you know how you block? You have to do the blocking thing, and then you have to push back on the stick and press X, and then you have to hold the trigger. It's hard to do, but once you do, you lean back and you prep your thing, and as soon as they get close, you let go and you run a little bit like a shinobi, run at somebody with a sword, and you slash. It was awesome. I love doing it so much.
But
it would usually catch them off guard.
At the same time, you also, if someone rolls, then you're in a vulnerable position. But that's cool. I like that. I wanted to try that character, but I don't have enough coin to buy it.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't figure it out.
You know,
Why
the
didn't
most
get
fun I
coin?
had was
No, I just haven't been able to buy him. I think it's like 500 steel
But
or
why
something.
did we get coins?
what?
Playing the campaign, maybe?
No, like we started off with a bunch.
You start off with like 1,000. I got
Like
nothing.
2,000.
I don't know how it happened.
That's so weird.
I had
So
8,000.
special.
No, I'm just kidding.
I was about to slap somebody.
I
He's like
finished,
some racism.
I was doing the collectibles in the campaign, and I finished all the collectibles for the samurai. And as soon as I got out of it, I all of a sudden had 5,000 coins, or it's steel. It's called, but
Yeah,
I had
steel.
5,000 steel when I
It
got
looks like
finished. I
coins.
was like, what the heck?
You already unlocked all the samurai?
No, I went through the campaign, got all the collectibles.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
Wow.
I haven't even played the first
Already
set.
going for
Oh.
platinum.
This is a hard one. I'm not gonna get the platinum on this one. There's way too much time in this one.
So is the campaign basically
so
is the
now.
campaign like the thing we were just talking about is a campaign, but is the campaign too generic? You think?
Well,
You guys, that's to you.
It's very generic.
Yeah.
What's something that bothered me is the character models. You know how we mentioned the character models are very customizable.
Yes.
In the campaign, that's all they are, is the heroes that you have in multiplayer just customized differently.
Yes.
And it's really annoying. For example, the Viking, for some reason, he has like a gash. You know how his stomach, his whole
His chest
torso
his chest is open.
He has like
Chest.
a big gash in his torso, and you fight other characters of the same class. All of them have that same gash.
It's so stupid.
I'm alright
It's like,
with that.
do they all cut themselves there or something? Is
They're
that-
all born that. They're all born with
it's
that
like,
gash.
It's like a blood oath they had to do. Only they
It's
had to
from
slash
Sudoku.
themselves.
It's really weird.
Failed
It
Sudoku.
bothered me
but
a lot.
the character models are exactly from the story. Are the ones that you play with in the game, just a little different. You're right.
And I mentioned that almost all the faces are covered up. Even the main villain in the game, which is the only like unique character model, everything else is like a hero for the multiplayer game.
yes, and
She's always wearing the mask. She never takes it off,
nobody takes off their mask. Even the
except for one person.
which you won't.
And
name.
the Vikings don't have their head. One Viking doesn't have his face covered up, and they actually have talking. So it's like two people.
wow.
You can actually see talking.
Well, I'm fine with that. I prefer for them to focus on the textures, the beautiful textures they have.
It's
and
true.
Stuff, then
What
move
is there
like
looks
this
great.
cheap mouth and stuff. So I'm fine
It just
with
bothered me because I could tell they did that.
I'm
But
fine with
at the end,
that.
the graphics and the
On the Japanese people, I didn't mind because they have those really cool, like
Oh, because they were
special
cool.
samurai mouths. But
No.
for the knights,
Samurai mouths.
they did. You know how they have that little dragon-like face?
How
Yeah, I
did
know what
they
you're
eat
talking
sushi
about.
then?
It's the helmet.
It looked
I
really
don't-
cool.
whoa, Ellie's so racist. Just kidding.
Jeez.
But hey,
On the
with
Vikings, I don't remember what it was. But on the Knights, it really bothered me because, like I said, they look like doctors.
Yeah,
like trying to not catch a disease.
I feel like they just did it so they'd be like, hey, you know what? You know, we don't want to do mouth animation, so let's save that by putting everyone have masks.
Yeah. So the campaign, it's basically just elongated what the multiplayer is, except you go against little peons and you go against like medium people and then you go against other heroes.
Yeah.
You don't really have that much variety except for the different maps that you go to, and they have like a horse chase scene, a horse defense scene, and there's an elephant taunt battle. Those are the only 3 unique situations I ran into.
Yeah, and I saw when I was playing the single player, it's really just a way to introduce you into multiplayer. It feels
Yeah.
like you're getting introduced into
I definitely
the multiplayer.
got a lot better with the characters as I was exposed to them in the single player. That's true. Like
Yeah.
the samurai, I got the Odachi. it's
Yeah,
called.
like whatever. I don't know what his name
I
is.
learned all of his moves in single player.
It's the speedy assassin type version of the samurais, the Japanese side.
I was gonna mention at the height of the. Would you stop looking at my hands? At the height of the single player, it feels like the game you just bought.
What game I just bought?
Mario
Dynasty
Kart.
Warriors.
Oh.
Dynasty Wars. Oh,
It felt at the height
like,
of it when
that's
everything
wild.
was going on, and it felt really cool. It felt like an evolved Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah.
And I wish Dynasty Warriors would work on a game as much as this game was worked on, at least
yeah.
as far as the animation and.
Yeah, Dynasty Wars is just a cheap way to make a game, and they did it real quick. And then, by the way, the character you're talking about, it's called Orochi.
Orochi. That's what I meant to say.
Sorry, I know we just can't say it, but the one with the one I play as is the Sugoki, the big Japanese one, the big guy. And then the Knights, the big guy is the Lawbringer. But anyway, I just want to get the names right because I didn't want to be like saying Odachi, but Odachi is one of the fighter types. Other than that, the characters were pretty simply designed. They all the same. All the big Vikings look the same. Wore all their basic, not big Vikings.
The Vanguard.
The Vanguard look the same, but they have different helmets. So that's when you play the single player.
Yeah.
But other than that, each faction has 6 missions when it comes to single player. So you first start with the Crusaders, then you go to Knights, and then you go Japanese.
Yeah.
Not Knights, Vikings. Then.
Yeah, Knights, Vikings, and then Samurai.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
The Samurai was definitely the most fun one.
Oh, that's the one I want to see. It's kind of weird though when you watch it. You're like, how did the Japanese get all the way over here? What happened to all the Chinese and?
I think when they developed this game,
Why does
them all.
nobody else have water?
when they developed this game, I think they just thought, we're the coolest people we can have battle sword to sword.
Yeah,
the
like the
three
most
toughest,
vicious,
The
yeah.
three toughest, hand to hand was
That's
the
a
Knights.
truth, but at the
Who
same
else would
time,
you add?
when you first watch the
Who would
first,
you add?
huh?
Who would you add other than those 3?
The
Aztecs.
Mayan.
Oh, you said the same thing, like
Yeah.
Aztec.
No,
Mayan.
it's not the same thing.
Same thing.
No, you're right.
The
Aztecs are more
Aztecs?
brutal.
Like Aztec warriors, because they're like the little jaguar warriors. That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like a
But
jaguar warrior.
that's way before like this.
They were still around when
Yeah.
Christopher Columbus came around, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's like medieval times.
Not
and
Christopher
they,
Columbus,
like,
but a little bit more, a little earlier than that. But yeah, they were still
traveled
here.
over
Okay,
and
so
then-
other than Jaguar people, what else would you do?
Probably some Middle Eastern characters.
Ooh, I can
like-
imagine them
like-
eating you.
Some like
Like-
crazy
Some
old
like
Arab guys.
desert Arab guy with like some
No, like
Aladdin
one guy,
swords.
like one guy that's riding like a
Aladdin swords and a genie.
yeah,
lamp
something
on
like
his
not
belt.
with a genie lamp. Come on.
Oh,
Or how about
Um,
like? Never mind. I won't say.
So there's
What?
there's a
No,
character
no.
in the game that's pretty unique that you don't get to play as.
what about
I
like an
think.
Eskimo?
Okay.
That'd be kind of
so-
cool.
what would you do in the Eskimo?
Right?
What?
That'd be a chill.
So what would
ass-
you be? Ice climbers or something?
No, you
Like
get
running
like an
around?
ice
They'll have
pick,
those spears or that
spears, and the
club
ice picks, and they like just take you out. Yeah,
So how would you get 4
Yeah.
different ice? How would you get 4 different Eskimo types?
you get a skinny one,
Yeah,
a really
the
big
fat one, and the
you get a
small
taller
one, and the
and a
mini
small one. That's 4.
You get like a little Oompa Loompa one.
No, that's 5.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna
So
weird
there's a main villain. It's
What?
so this is good in the weird realm.
Apollyon, only unique character
Ooh, and a
model.
pirate.
Yeah, that was the main villain I was talking about.
Yeah,
Apollyon.
Apollyon, and she right? I think
Yeah.
it's a she. I saw her in the single player mode, and you get to see her, and she's pretty much looks like something out of the second Riddick movie,
Oh yeah, those
the Chronicles of Riddick,
those
the movie.
damn, what were they called?
The undead guys. I don't know what they were, but they're the undead legion. But whatever they were called, they're like undead
I
guys.
gotta look it up.
I mean, going through the campaign, it was kind of intriguing, but it still was nothing special.
I really like didn't like the campaign as much as I liked the multiplayer. This is the first time I have to say that. The story wasn't strong enough to stand itself.
Well, I could always say that with like Battlefield until Battlefield 1.
Well, yeah, Battlefield 1, but Battlefield's always been about the multiplayer.
Yeah.
And I never said the single player is good. But I think the Battlefield, I want to say this game...
Necromongers.
Necromongers. Yeah, she looked like a necromonger. But at the end of the day, I think the single player campaign is a nice touch to have. It kind of like helps you get into the story a little bit of why they're fighting. But it doesn't stand on its own. It can never stand on its own. The multiplayer is needed.
Yeah,
You can't say that too.
it's vice versa with this game.
Yeah. So there's a pay to win present. So you can pay.
Pay to win is present. So
Oh, sorry, I said that
What
wrong.
was that?
Pay to win is present.
Really?
As in, you can just buy your way.
that's the way you're gonna buy
You-
your way to victory here.
You can start the game today
Uh-huh.
and then put like $29.99 down, and buy yourself a whole bunch of steel and just buy a bunch of stuff.
The first, well,
What would you buy?
The main thing is the steel.
Like armor and stuff?
So the main thing is the steel. You buy the steel, and then with the steel, you can buy chests, which gets you armor, and you can also buy a I forget what it's called.
You get better weapons.
It gives you XP bonus.
Scavenge.
No,
Scavenge gear.
that's getting chests.
Okay.
There's something you can do that gives you an XP bonus, and it makes you level up your character faster. It makes you get better gear, all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah, it's like a.
So you could essentially like wipe everyone out really quick.
No,
Like,
listen,
like you know those like big bosses.
It's like I said, pay to win is there. It's not like crazy
listen,
pay to win.
like-
it's not going to
like-
make you tons time.
No, like you know how when we were fighting the bots, they were pretty tough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be able to take them out like you do the peons?
No, you'll never be able to do that.
It's not that big of a boost, but it's enough of a boost for it to be annoying.
So Will and I played against some guy yesterday. It was level 42.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, level 42 already, and his character was super decked out. Remember?
Yeah, I went against a guy in one-on-one duel, and he already had like all these custom colors. He had these flame wings. He had a lot of stuff. I could tell that he probably bought it all because at this point the game's new.
Yeah. The guy we were playing with that was level 42. You could tell he bought it because his character model was only level 1. So he's level 42. There's levels, and then there's a level for your character model. So heavy, small, medium. They'll say level 19, and then your total level. His total level is like level.
There's like an armor level.
Armor level.
Yeah, like the
armor level
Armor
42.
Okay.
And his character model was 1. So he paid for all that.
He paid for all the armor.
So he could beat everybody, but he sucked ass, and we walked all over him. But
Seriously?
So it's not like a big, huge pay to win, but it definitely gives you an edge.
I was kind of scared when we first saw him. I was like, dude, he's gonna kick my butt. And we got to fighting him, and I was like, I constantly was belly smacking him in my belly. I was like, boom, there you go, boom, there you go.
You know
And
what
then
your
did
character
a
reminded me
little
of?
tantrum.
Yeah.
That character from Moana.
Moana.
They can't say that.
Monona?
Monona. But
Yeah,
but the multiplayer. Let's get into the multiplayer real quick. Multiplayer is super fun. There's 3 different modes, right? Skirmish, duel, and what's the last one? Domination.
Experimento?
Yeah.
Domination.
Domination.
And isn't domination where it's either 4 versus 4 directly or 4 versus 4 with like the peons and stuff, and you have to keep killing each other?
I think isn't domination the one where it's peons? Or
no,
everywhere?
domination is capture.
Yeah, it's like King of the Hill.
I got confused.
3 King of the
King
Hill
of the Hills,
zones.
Yeah, King of the Hill.
3 different zones, all King of the Hill.
But what makes it different than King of the Hill is you have your little army in the middle. So the center king spot.
The center point, the middle point, always section B is always being fought over by peons.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
not only do you have to hold that section, you have to make sure
Or non-player characters.
Yeah. There's these non-player characters. You have to kill them to try to hold your line.
Right, and then if you kill them, you get also boosts, right? You get like a point boost towards your power-ups.
Yeah. Each character has feats.
Yeah, feats.
So the feats allow you to do stuff like kill yourself, or the Japanese people have arrows, really annoying arrows. I love using those arrows.
Yeah.
And the higher level your character becomes, the better feat you unlock. And so if you kill more peons, you unlock those feats faster.
So yeah, each feat has so many, I want to say, points to unlock during the game.
Yeah.
And killing each non-player character gives you 1 point, while killing like a player gives you like 42 to 5. It depends on how you kill them. Because if you like do a passive swing and you accidentally hit someone else's kill, you get 5 points. If you kill them with an execution, it's like 42 or something points. That gives you a huge boost. But the thing that I noticed is that each character has a different feat that counteracts somebody else's feat. So my feat on the big guy is cannot be knocked over or pushed. So when someone tries to push me, it just automatically breaks it. So that's pretty cool. And then he can go all the way up to like break, like his swings and automatically knock people down, and that's like his ultimate feat.
Yeah.
But
for standard play, I think my favorite character is the Vanguard Viking. Only reason being his break and then his throw. When you do forward, he rushes them like a long distance. So one of my favorite things to do in the game is environmental kills.
Oh yeah,
Throw them off a cliff.
So you can throw them off a cliff, especially so if I have them straight and it's straight over there, they'll get all shocked and then constantly spam wow at me.
Yeah, because you get in the multiplayer you get 4 different emotes like "Wow," "Sorry," "Thanks," and
Yeah.
"Good game."
I love it when I kill somebody and it makes them say "wow" like 8 times.
Yeah, they go, "Wow, wow, wow, wow."
That's when you say wrong game.
There's plenty of video of Will
and then I say "good
Will
fight."
throwing people off, and there's also a video of me running people off, and then I don't know. There might be a video of Ellie. I think Ellie had thrown a couple people off.
There's video.
I
of
remember
me
watching you
dying
doing one directly in front of me.
I was
I was standing there, and she went side throw, and I was like, "Oh, good job, Ellie!" She threw him off a cliff.
Those are fun. They're
Yeah.
so satisfying.
That's my favorite part is the environmental stuff. There's fire you can throw them into. There's spike walls you can throw them into.
The sad one is to see them when you throw them off a cliff. It's automatic on execution because it doesn't count.
Is it really?
Yeah, because you
I've
can't come
noticed.
back from it until
Yeah.
the time
I
runs
So
out.
haven't
that's
been
another
thrown.
thing. In the multiplayer you can do revives.
Yeah.
So if you kill somebody, your other teammates can come revive you, or the enemy can revive. What?
I just remembered we were playing against bots, and there was that one extra guy with us, and I didn't know what this gate thing was, so I just pulled it, and all of a sudden the gate closes. But I thought it was just
Close
like,
Oh,
on
you're a
him?
dick.
yeah, I just thought it was like just the gate itself.
I figured that
But when
out
I
a long
went
time
down
ago.
below, I realized it's not just the gate; it's like a spike floor and another gate. It just completely smushed. So he's over there fighting for his life. He's probably almost winning, and then
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's someone from your side?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Oh
he-
my
you killed our
god.
own teammate.
Okay, me and Will,
Just kept closing those
me
things.
and the guy that was playing with us,
Uh-huh.
were following each other. I was in front of him, and all of a sudden I hear like that sound of a gate closing, like, and I look and I'm like, why did that gate come down? And the guy following me was smashed. He's dead. And then Tommy's like, yeah, I did that. And so you killed our own
I was
teammate.
laughing
proud
so
of it.
hard.
You killed our own
I
teammate.
thought, because look, one time I clicked on the lever and our score went up, and then I did it on another one and the score went up. So I was like, oh, cool. I guess every time I do it, it goes up. So I just kept doing it.
He didn't think that maybe we were killing people and him just pulling. He was just sitting there pulling the trigger.
But it was like at the moment, like it wouldn't move until I moved the lever. Then it went up. So I was like, I'm convinced by the second try that this works.
No, it didn't.
But I didn't.
Silly.
You're a silly Billy. You're a silly Billy goat. But overall, the multiplayer is really fun, and all the interesting like unlocks you get after you finish, like all the different like weapon upgrades and armor upgrades, really fun to get. It kind of opens another mode to the game, and I feel like they took that non-player character. Like get points off your non-player character kills. They got that from like LOL or League of Legends, where you kind of get power-ups by killing the crawlers or the thing they're calling.
Yeah, it doesn't change the game that much, but it does make it so it's harder to hold the center for sure.
Hey, is there a setting to just fight like pawns?
No.
There's a
be.
customizable setting that you can mess with.
Like I just want to like run through like 100 pawns.
We were doing
What's
it
the
before,
point?
but
like the intro.
you
It's
don't
so
earn
fun.
anything for doing it. It's
I don't
just
care. It's fun. It's so satisfying.
I
when the
Then
know.
bones
those-
go
Slash,
down.
slash, kill,
You do one
kill.
big slash and like 5 of them go down.
So
You're
why
like,
Yeah.
just go play Dynasty Warriors?
feel
yeah,
like it-
seriously.
yeah, but like the animation is so cool though. Like,
Yeah, the animation's better than Dynasty Warriors. Where Dynasty Warriors you can kill like 500 people in the
I
game.
want to kill 500 with one Super Saiyan slash.
No,
I want
that's
to do like a
super-
weapon
no, not
slash,
one slash,
and then
No,
like
no.
Assassin's Creed their ass.
You're hearing me
I
wrong.
want more
It's-
blood.
You kill 500
Yeah,
peons.
Sounds like
Yeah,
you want to play
right?
the campaign on like,
Little more
easiest difficulty.
Some decapitation.
I played. One thing I was going to say about this game though is not just the additional items, but you can also see the fun part of customizing your whatever character you want to pick to the way you want them to look. You can put like Ubisoft's proprietary brands on your costume. You can put the Watch Dogs logo on your guy. You can put the Far Cry Primal logo on your guy. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that you could import like the Watchdog symbol and
Oh yeah, that was my favorite.
and
Sorry.
the Assassin's Creed symbol and,
Mhm.
and put
Yeah,
it on
that
different
too.
parts of your armor. And I really enjoyed making my shield, my custom
Wait,
shield.
You
from
can.
it.
Wait.
Yes.
Did you just say what I think you just said?
What?
You
What?
can put
You
Assassin-
can put the Assassin's Creed symbol on your
You
armor?
can.
You remember how in Watch Dogs you had the mask?
Yeah.
And you put the Watchdog symbols on the mask?
Good.
You can do
Yeah.
the same thing.
I didn't know that, but hey.
only
I was like, how does the watchdog sing?
only a certain people. You can't do it to everyone. Like certain character types.
Yeah, each character is different because they have different armor and different look to them.
Like the Japanese guys, you put them on like their pieces of
But
armor.
what's cool too is you have this shield to recommend that you make to identify you as a player,
Mhm.
right?
So you get to identify your character
gonna
with
come.
the shields, and the shields
Can we?
basically are designed by you. They're a blank slate. You can do whatever you want with them. Will put a Watch Dogs logo and an Assassin's Creed logo on his.
Yeah. Well, the shield is really cool because you can make it whatever you want. But my only complaint about it is it's so small.
Oh yeah, you can't view anybody
There's only
else's.
one situation in which you can see it at a decent size, and that's when it's 1 versus 1, and you can see their shield and you can see your shield.
That's it.
But there is kind of cool that you can take that little shield and put it on pieces of your clothing too. There's like for each character, each hero, there's one part of the body that you can put it on. Like sometimes if they like have a little sash on the side, that's where it is.
Mm-hmm.
If they have like a exposed chest area that fits well, that's where it is. So it's different on each character, but it's kind of cool that you can put on there.
Yeah, and it's customizable by you, and it's never set in stone. You can change it whenever you want.
Yeah.
It's basically your avatar in the game. Basically.
Yeah.
So.
And it's based off your faction.
Based off your faction. So each faction gets a different
type of shield.
Different type of shield, yep. So one thing I wanted to say is we forgot to rate the game.
I know what I would rate it.
What would you rate it, Ellie?
9.
9 whats? Out of 10?
9.
9 out of 10. All right.
9.
9. Sorry.
You really liked it, especially
Yeah, I
that
did.
Viking lady character.
Yeah, she was fun. Like, I liked playing the assassin, but then after a while I got tired of her because she just moves fast and gets tired easily.
Oh, is that what happens? I
Yeah,
was like,
when
why
you
is the
try to,
screen
like-
so white all the goddamn time?
You have a stamina bar.
Sitting there like pissed off. I'm like, hello, Mo. Why are you tired?
She gets tired too easily, and I didn't like that.
Just like you said in UFC, you can't punch too many times in the UFC game. Same with this, you can't swing too many times.
It's like
Shut
my
up.
So,
strategy.
what would you give it as a rating, Tommy? Since you're telling me to shut up.
I didn't say like what.
I'd give it a 9.5.
9.5,
Wow,
even
that's
though you
really
don't
high.
I give it a 9.6. I changed my mind.
I gave it a 9.5 because
Oh
the
my
game
God.
essentially for me is just as a hack and slash, and it does that for me.
It's not a hack and slash.
It's
No.
a
Yes,
hack
it
and
is.
slash.
It's like
I
it requires a ton of strategy to play.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's
that's
still
good.
hack and slash.
I
It's like you playing Mortal Kombat. You still gotta have some strategy to win, but
It's
I mean,
not
it's hack
really.
and slash.
It's not really a hack and slash. Because hack and slash means you just push a trigger, you just put your finger on the button and push it, and you'll win.
If I could,
No, it's
That's
a
what
hack and slash.
it's nowhere
it is
hard.
not.
It's nowhere near as hard as Dead Souls, but I would say the combat system is more complicated than Dead Souls.
It's still hack and slash.
Will, would you give it?
9
Cool if they made
Viking Assassins.
if they make
out of
like a
10.
9
Pirates
Viking
version of
Assassins
this.
out of 10.
9. Okay.
It'd be cool if they made a pirates version of this.
If
Right. Well, they'll think about it.
if they put more thought into the campaign, and
I mean,
they
at least with the
fixed their
combat
freaking
system.
bugs. We ran into tons of bugs.
Yeah, Will had a bug where
He
his
kept getting
whole,
kicked out, right?
Well, that's from Ellie and us having connectivity
Part of it
issues.
was Ellie's interconnection, but also overall the servers had problems too.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
servers.
I got coats, something. And
Yeah, it was different, and also Will's like his goals for the day switched to French, then switched to
Oh yeah.
Windings.
That's so cool. I wish it did that to me.
But you can't even read it. He's like,
yes,
"What
I
is
can. I know French.
this? You know Windings?
Yeah.
It's just boxes.
Bomb,
You can't even
bomb,
read it.
bomb, box, bomb, box."
It's like almost alien. Like, yeah, I get it.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of bugs.
But there's a lot of bugs, but I think that'll fix it, hopefully. And they put like a 4 gig patch in the beginning.
10 gig.
They
you
just
said,
need some
right?
good
Thank you.
pest control.
10 gig patch. That's a big patch.
It's annoying how they release unfinished games, but whatever.
Why even release a game with that much to download? That's a huge game to download. Anyway, moving on to my review, I give it a 7.3 or
What?
7.5, and I'll tell you why I give it a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Why I give it a 7.5 is
Is it-
because the game has no life. It's not going to last very long for me. Maybe a month, maybe a month and a half.
Well, what I should do is take off 1 point because they
Oh
only
my
have
gosh,
they
you
only
can't do
have
this.
3 maps
Yeah, 3 maps.
for each game type.
Yes.
I think.
Oh,
And I know-
there is. But each
I think
map
they're
also
holding,
has different effects you can add, like rain.
yeah,
sun,
that's
dark.
true. But at the same time, it's the same map still, like the same layout. The rain effects look great,
Mhm.
but the overall variety is not there.
Yeah.
And I think they're just holding back for future DLC content they're going to be releasing.
Which will be amazing.
Which I know they've already prepped for because there's a page that says buy season pass, buy
Pirates.
season pass,
Buy
buy
season
season
pass.
pass.
Pirates. Oh,
But
I would really want a pirate version.
That
of
would be
this.
cool, pirates.
Like you
Yeah.
go on boats and shit.
I think a
Well,
cool
Vikings are the pirates in this game.
honest thing what you could do is pay.
Yeah, but like with boats and stuff.
It'd be great,
You have
is
a
it-
gun and you could swing
There's
from
no
one boat
guns.
to the other.
Maybe for Honor 2, they'll like go further in time.
Well, that's what I mean with guns, like pirate style.
Not
You might be
like
fun to do
Indians.
is if they buy a skin. Like you can buy a skin for your character that turns it into Altier.
What if you could like have
That'd
no
be cool.
armor?
For the assassin, for
Like-
the knights.
Like what if you
I
had a?
guess.
What if it was a skin that like it was just like literally naked but with underwear?
Okay,
You just
moving
run
on.
around
Okay,
butt
next,
naked.
next topic.
He's getting tired. So the overall score is 8.9, right?
Well, that was before William changed it.
Yeah.
So down.
I for the holding the content and only having 3 maps per mode.
A 9.6,
Yeah, probably
9.5, 7.5, and 8.
8.
Okay.
I gave it a 9.5.
I give it
Los
9.6.
but I
Did you?
High scores.
I gave it a
so
number
I think
7.
your scores are really high.
Well,
But that
I
doesn't-
really enjoyed it. I didn't
I
find
enjoyed it.
anything wrong with it, besides my internet connection being stupid.
It's definitely the
You know what it is? Ellie?
most interesting
It's
multiplayer
new.
played in a long
They
time.
nitpick.
I no,
You
I
do.
no.
It's really
it's not
refreshing to
nit-
play a multiplayer game that's not a first person
But
shooter.
we'll see how long you play the game at. If you play it for more than a month and a half, 2 months, your rating is
You
good.
gotta admit, it's really refreshing to have this
Yes,
multiplayer game
I agree.
that is not first person shooter though.
I
It's
agree.
Really good.
I agree. That I think that's the fun part, but I don't think that it has a lasting to it. I think people will play it until they unlock stuff, and they'll be like, you know what? It doesn't give me very much change. I'm out. So it's an 8.65. So 8.7.
Dude, it's a hack and
Round
slash.
up.
It's like Mortal
Oh
Kombat.
my god, you don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
It's like Mortal Kombat. You play it, then you beat the guy. You're like, I'm done. Then your friends
I
come
can
over,
see-
you
I
play
can
it again.
I don't
see
know
them-
how you overgeneralize everything like this.
I think you can probably pay. They may have tournaments for this game because people will get amazing at it. They could do
I hope they
tournaments
do.
and it'll get fun. But if they
Yeah.
don't, then not gonna do much.
Like the Call of Duty tournaments, but with like.
Or Street
Honor?
Fighter tournaments. But it's
Oh yeah,
Honor.
but like for that'd be
I think
sick.
they're-
but the thing is,
crazy.
with the tournaments, you can't have. I feel
Spectator
like
view.
okay, you can't have environmental things when you're fighting. It should just be one-on-one, like
you
a
would
blank.
be in an arena. They put you in an arena.
Yeah, blank arena.
They'd make
I
a
don't know.
customized
'Cause it makes
gladiator
it-
ring.
The effects are the environmental
Ooh,
fun.
gladiators.
part of that-
That's another good one.
Environmental kills are part of the strategy.
No, I know,
You have
but-
to do your positioning.
What I mean is that's great, but I think the thing is that it plays too much into one character's. Some characters have awesome pushes, and some characters don't have any pushes.
Yeah, but
So,
again, that's part
yeah.
of the balancing system.
Yeah,
I
true.
think.
That's true. All right, moving on to topic number 2 of the week.
Second topic of the week, John Wick Chapter 2.
Amazing movie.
So John Wick Chapter 2, which is the follow-up to John Wick, the first one, which is a really sad movie when it first started. But
What? No, it wasn't. What are you talking about?
if you didn't watch John Wick, the first one,
Yes, I did. That was a goddamn
did
good
you
ass
not know?
movie.
Did you not notice his dog died? That was pretty sad.
Dude, it's just
His
okay.
dog died. You don't know what you're
It's
talking
a
about.
sad movie.
So all the
Sad.
people who died isn't sad?
I don't care about the people. The dog's sad. The people don't have any story behind him. The dog did.
The dog had no goddamn story other than it is a dog.
Well, it had purpose behind it.
The dog was his. It was his gift to himself after his wife died.
Well,
He was
gift from
his wife. Sorry, his wife gave him a gift, which reminded him of her. So that was why it was so sentimental. Anyway, moving on to this great movie you guys saw, John Wick's ambition. What did you guys think about his ambition? He had a new dog.
His ambition.
She had a new dog, but not related to his ambition at all. And it played no role in it this time. Everybody was thinking, is that dog going to die?
No, there wasn't no
Is that dog
ambition.
gonna
It was
die?
just. It was just. it was-
His ambition
How?
was the car.
no, that's
At
just
the very,
he wants
at
his
the
car
very
back.
beginning, and then it was the Assassin's Code system,
Yeah, there you go.
Which
and
was,
and
which we had to figure out. By the way,
and his house.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell obviously.
So
So this is a guy
the ambition
who
was
doesn't
not-
want people touching his shit.
Well, the ambition. What I'm trying to say here is ambition's not anywhere as strong or emotional as the first one, and that for some people it was a drawback and didn't give as much weight to the rest of the movie.
But that's because this is a gunslinger movie.
And I gotta admit, it's just over his house.
Listen, this is that was. I think you know what it is. I think this is one of those kinds of movies where they intentionally make it like that, where you think it's stupid because it is stupid.
It is stupid.
No,
The
like
first
like
movie was stupid.
no, I
but
mean, like
enjoyed it
all right,
still.
like
I
remember.
felt like
Like the very beginning,
I felt sad
right?
when
When the guy
died.
talks about all the shit that John Wick does, like the way he was talking about it, like you knew it was ridiculous, but it was just badass because of the fact that it's ridiculous.
That
Yeah.
dog carried no weight with you at all in the last movie.
That dog was his main big ambition in the
Yeah.
last movie because his wife gave him that dog.
And what disappointed me,
Dude, he was pissed because they killed his dog.
what
That's it.
disappointed me in this movie. Well, we're
Chapter
not
size.
really spoiling the later line
Okay.
storyline. This is
Mhm.
only like the first 20 minutes that we're talking about here.
Okay.
His dog in this movie, no name still, and no backstory.
No, he gave it a name.
No, he didn't.
He never gave it a name. He said the dog doesn't have a name.
Oh
Every
yeah, I
time.
haven't
Oh
named
my
it
god!
yet.
Or what name did you think in your head?
Bruno.
It doesn't have a name.
I don't know why.
And there's no backstory to this dog. It just is there.
Well, no, obviously the
generic-
dog.
Do you think
it's
it
a
was
generic-
purposely done?
No, it's
Generic
obvious.
pit bull.
It's obvious why you bought a dog because the fucking last dog is dead.
But no, but the
He's
question is
company.
the question is
Why did you get the dog? How did you get the dog? Did he adopt
bought
the dog?
it.
The question-
I
Adopted.
care about these details.
What?
Was he crying when he was at the adoption center?
Why would he?
Did
Did
do
he pick
what?
it because it reminded him of the last dog? Did it
Okay.
remind him of his wife when he picked
First
it
of
out?
all,
it could be true, but the question you want to ask is they have this
this
dog.
ain't the Notebook, okay? This
But-
is John Wick. This is shoot 'em up corral. This
That was the most notable part of the first John Wick was the dog dying.
No, general and things out. Let's shoot him up, corral.
Listen, hey, this
I
is
thought the dog. Would you think they did that on purpose so people would ask that question?
Yes.
I think they did it on
Dude,
purpose.
it's a fill in the
to
blank
bother
kinda
you.
thing.
To
It's
bother
it's
the.
doing, it's
What are they
doing
gonna do
his
a-
job.
They're gonna do a prequel later, like
Yeah,
a middle
who is
a
this
middle
dog?
movie about the dog.
No,
Could be.
they're not. It's a fill in the
It
blank.
could be like a Marley and Me movie.
And why was it a pit bull? That makes me mad. It's
No,
always
look,
a pit bull.
it's like all right.
His
it's like,
last dog
it's
was
like
a
having
beagle,
a
wasn't
movie.
it?
It's
Yeah,
like
I think
having
so.
a
It
movie.
was a little beagle.
It's like having a
Puppy.
movie where the character is got no home, and then at the end of the movie he's got a house. You're not gonna watch the sale of the house and the purchase and him walking in the first day. You're just gonna see he's in the house.
I think
you piece it together. Yeah, he moved on.
I think the people that watched the first one and saw the dog died, they thought, okay, the director's like, let's put a dog in this one and troll everyone and not allow that dog to have any issue with this movie. Just completely
it's
bypass.
obvious. Even when he said I haven't named him yet, it just means he just got a dog because he's trying to replace it.
I
Well, all
understand.
the complaints about
That's
the
it.
dog aside.
I was just joking.
To me, it
I
would have
was
been
just-
it would have been a better touch if when he was going to get his car, he ran into the dog. He ran into the dog when he was going to get this when he was getting his car, and he brought it home with him. That would have been
No, what the hell? Just pick a random stray dog off the street? That's not how he rolls.
yeah.
The
Like
guy is
maybe he,
meticulous.
maybe
You
he
can
got
tell
a
from
maybe he got a
everything he does.
flashback. Well, if he's meticulous, why did he get a dog to begin with? They didn't even give a name.
Yeah.
Because it was obviously from his trauma.
All right. But moving on
You don't
with
think
that.
his
he would get it,
weapons.
you don't think he'd get it from his trauma if he ran into a dog that he felt emotional
Dude, it's
for?
like his weapons.
What if he stole it?
Remember how he puts all his weapons back into the concrete and he reconcretes that shit? He didn't need to do that. He didn't need to refill it.
He was
It's a habit.
doing the same
guy's
thing as
an
before. He was
assassin.
retired. He didn't want to. He was trying
Would
to
you have
retire.
felt more satisfied if there was that story, but then towards the end there was no purpose really?
Yes,
You would feel more satisfied that way.
because then I would understand why the fuck the dog is there. Yes,
He wants to know why he got that dog. I think the director did it as a
like
troll.
The next
I think they're-
movie will have the dog featured a bit more, and you'll understand their relationship, and
Or-
he will have a name.
Or people were so traumatized by the dog dying in the last movie that they said, we
Right.
just put a dog in this and nothing happens. Just let the dog live and have a great day. But moving on, there's a higher amount of action in this movie. Would you agree?
Yes. And it's like one of the best shooting movies I've ever seen because it feels really realistic, and it actually is because apparently Keanu Reeves did a lot of like practicing of just
yeah. There's
Loading,
that video, There's
reloading.
that video of him training for.
there's a lot of videos of him training for it, and he actually does shoot like that, not as 100% accurate of course, but like pretty goddamn close. So he had the movements down, and then one thing that stood out to me was the sound. I mean, did you notice how like when people got killed, like
It's like
it was very like realistic sounding. It didn't sound like a fake bullshit movie Hollywood. Like it was like legit.
you heard
Sound
their
like
bones crack, and
yeah, you could hear like the actual.
that was great.
What I liked
was
is
nice.
you could tell he trained for it because the motions he had with the gun
Were real.
You could tell it was, yeah.
real emotions.
And-
he did a lot of training, and you're right.
He had months of training.
And I think to keep that suspension of disbelief there, they made this new bodysuit edition, I think, where he orders the suit and inside it has bulletproof armor, so he can take these bullets. And I think that added a level of believability.
Yeah,
and he
'cause
could take those shots.
Yeah, because he got shot. I mean, because there's no way he's gonna walk through all those guns, all those people, and never get shot once. It's not believable.
And it was really cool, like when you get shot and then he'd stand up and you just like shake his chute and all the bullets fell out.
Yeah.
But
you would feel it though. You could tell.
It didn't go too overboard either. It was just like one situation that really helped him in. One or two.
In the last movie, the reason why I think they kind of put this in there is because in the last movie he was pretty invincible when he went through like his house.
Yeah, he's like this time he has to take some hits.
Yeah, he has to take some hits because
he's still
well, not just that, but this time
just like in the first one. By the end of the movie, he gets all fucked.
But this time, no, because in the first one he was just going after the gang. This one is more of people like him.
Yeah, it just like the first one, he gets by the end of the movie he still gets fucked up. So you still have that level of he went through all this trauma. Like he's struggling by the end. You have that sense of he might fail.
Well, remember, he's the kind of guy who is an eye for an eye.
Yeah, well, he's not that kind of guy, but he's more...
Did you watch it?
Yeah, but in the last movie, he wasn't an eye for an eye kind of guy because he didn't really take it off until they stepped in his house and did wrong by him, right?
Because he was retired.
Yeah, he was retired, but he really didn't want to do it, but he did it because he's like, my wife does that, I'm going to take this thing. But at the end of the day, I think when I watched some of his training videos and watched some of the... content that was coming out for this movie, I was really excited to see what training systems he went through to get this movie done because he put his heart and soul in this movie.
And he really likes it too, and they set it up for a third one.
Right, third one. You think there's a third one?
Oh yes,
yeah, it's definitely going to be a third one.
And it's going to be really interesting to see what he does.
I hope he does make a third one. I'm just saying
he is. They're planning to.
Okay, comedy level. Wait, the Assassin's Code, which they put a little bit into it in the last movie.
In this one they definitely expanded on that.
You think that they expanded the story to the Assassin's Code so they can get the third one kind of ball rolling for it?
Yeah, they show that there's different... Like, you watched it, Tommy. That's probably the best part that you liked about it, right?
I really like not just the Assassin's Code, but they made like a kind of a Illuminati... style of there's a secret society behind society. Yeah, which was cool. Like like
the Skull and Bones.
And in this movie, because we're not doing spoilers, they elaborated that on a lot more. So it kind of takes that mystery away about it. But it
also explains a lot about how it gives you purpose as to why. Like, how can a guy have all that ammunition? Like, where is he getting all this stuff from? At the end of the day, even if he's an assassin. The typical assassin is gonna have one gun, but this guy has all these different guns and all these crazy stuff. So they make it very like as if James Bond was evil, in a sense, because how he went. There's a one quick scene that they have where they literally go shopping, different armors, different weapons. You can pick what you want, and there's gold coins too. Did you notice that? That's their currency.
Yeah, well, I showed that in the last one, but
but this is way more so.
Yeah.
So they had it like in the chest.
Talking about the secret society and all this, there seems like there's different levels of assassins, and in this movie, in the last movie they didn't really have an equal, right? In this movie, he almost has an equal, almost. I would say he would be an equal, except for when John Wick does take him on. When John Wick does take him on later,
kicks his ass.
John Wick is no spoilers. John Wick is like fucked up already at that point, and he's so
typical,
it's not like
typical hero that's messed up fighting his enemy.
So it's not necessarily equal because he's still kicking his butt.
Yeah,
he's still able to hold his own.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you think that they did a good job with.
It's kind of like Kylo Ren, right? When he was fighting.
What
you guys think that?
Yes, of course.
Kylo Ren, right? Remember when he was fighting at the end with Rey and shit, and then. He was still holding his own, but he was injured.
Oh yeah.
But it's that's a different. You're talking from a different.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Will gets it.
Yeah, to make it so it's explainable that he's taking on a brand new person that just got a lightsaber for the first time.
Yeah.
And he took a bowcaster to the gut. That was
exactly. But at the same time, Tommy just threw that out, hoping that it would hit some kind of poop on the wall.
And hit the wall.
Yeah. So, what do you guys think about talking about making things laugh? What do you guys think about the comedy level?
It was great.
Lance Reddick.
It wasn't
Lance Reddick was in it again. He was one of my favorite parts of the last one.
Mm-hmm.
What was another movie that was in?
Who?
Lance Reddick.
What the hell's that?
He's. Oh, I know. Fringe.
Oh yeah,
Who's Lance?
he's
Lance Reddick. He's a black guy, the tall black guy.
He's
he's
in Fringe, but he's also one of your favorite games of all time. He's also in Destiny.
He is,
And
and he's
Awesome.
also.
Oh, he was in Spartacus.
Yes,
I'm not
of
sure,
course.
but probably he was also
he?
in the recent game that came out on
I don't know.
Xbox One.
Oh yeah, forgot with the one where you can like warp time and stuff.
Yeah,
I forgot the name.
I can't remember.
We played it.
Dude,
we
he would
played
make
it for
a
this
cool-
podcast.
he would
I remember the main character's name is Jack.
He would make
Yeah.
that guy would make a cool Alfred.
What?
Yeah, the black guy. He would make a cool Alfred.
He would technically. I just never thought about it because it's always been a British guy.
Well, he was British, wasn't he?
Is he British?
Yeah, he spoke like he was British.
No,
he
he's not
speaks with like
British.
an American accent
Correct.
No.
No,
or some sort of
No,
accent.
he
What is
had
it?
a-
the
he had
game's called
British
Quantum Break, I think.
Quantum Break was the movie. Yeah.
The game.
Or sorry. Well, it was movie.
Movie
It was
and game.
TV
Quantum
series
Solace?
/ game.
Yeah.
or at least it was going to be.
Yeah. He's actually pretty funny. If you ever see him in, he does this bit. I forget the guy's name, but he does something where he says LeVar Burton or something like that. That made me die. Comes out with the visor from Star Trek on his face, and he says some weird stuff. But
Oh.
if you ever have a chance, look at it
The
up.
most funny part, I think, though, was Peter Stormare. Is he German? I think he's German.
I'll look it
I
up.
don't know who you're talking about.
Remember the first guy, and John Wick was coming for his car, and he was sitting inside the room. He's like, oh,
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Russian,
God.
the Russian.
Yeah. that guy. I think he's German.
He's
But-
always a Russian guy.
Is he Russian?
No, he's not. He's. I don't know if he's Russian.
I know he is. Yeah, he plays a Russian all
He's
the time.
Swedish.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's Swedish.
Oh, really?
He's
I
a
was under
Swedish
impression he was German.
actor, theater director, playwright. He always plays a Russian guy.
He's
though.
a great actor. I love
That
him.
was-
I love
that
him.
was
I love
so
him in everything
funny.
he's in.
It was probably the funniest. Yeah, it was that first part.
That
where
opening
he's
scene.
freaking out about it.
He
Yeah.
killed a man.
He killed a
Two
man.
man.
He killed
I wish-
three men with
I
a
wish-
three men
I
Who
wish-
does that?
with a fucking pencil. I wish he was in the rest of the movie. I love
With
that
a
guy.
fucking pencil. Who does that?
He was in Until Dawn, and he did a great job in that movie too. It was really spooky. Do you remember him, the psychiatrist, in Until
No,
Dawn?
I don't remember that.
He was like, "What is more spooky, the house or the field?" And then you have to answer, and then it builds the scenario for you.
Yeah,
He played it.
he looks like Peter Stormare from that movie.
Yeah, that's what he looked like in the game. It was they did a really good job.
But
with
the
facial
comedy was
animation.
nice though. It was balanced. It wasn't too much. It wasn't over the top. It was subtle. It stabbed in like later. It was witty. Yeah, I liked it.
You know the crazy thing is, I own Until Dawn, but I never downloaded it. Sorry.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
You know what this movie reminded me of?
What?
What?
But not exactly the same, but remind me really closely of Hardcore Henry.
Yeah.
Similar
Yeah.
level of action, yeah.
Yeah.
Hardcore Henry
It
is
has,
more
like,
intense,
that
I think, but yeah,
yeah, that
similar level of
comedy
action.
balance, like
Yeah.
that kill, and then
I like the fact that they actually show you the pencil. Deaths.
all right.
That was great.
They do.
The
kinda
rumored
show you
pencil.
a scene in which there was a pencil
you'll get to
involved,
see.
and it was in the trailer too. He puts a pencil on a wall and then pushes somebody against it, and it goes into the back of his neck. It's
I'm
aw-
just surprised the pencil didn't break, man.
It's
It's a
kinda like-
good ass pencil.
It's kind of like the same thing that happened in The Dark Knight. Remember
No.
the pencil on the
no,
table?
it's not.
Pencil on the table.
magic trick.
The
Make
magic
pencil
trick, yeah.
disappear.
He put the pencil on the table.
Except
and he
instead of
smashed
into
it
an
in.
eyeball that you never see, like actually puncture because they're trying to keep it PG. Was it PG movie?
PG-13.
PG.
No, they were just trying to hide it. That's how fast they made it.
But
it's
in this
supposed to be
in this movie, you see it go into the neck.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
This movie's rated R, right?
This movie,
Yeah, it was.
I
Wasn't
think it's R. There was a lot of
Mhm.
blood.
Let me see.
It should be
There
R.
But
should be R.
There was nudity.
It was R.
I'm pretty sure it was R.
there's
Who was
nudity.
naked?
I don't remember.
It was nakedness.
I
The,
think it.
the,
Yeah, it's
lady,
rated R.
the lady that was in the
Oh.
jacuzzi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you would remember.
Oh, I
Excuse
remember. I
me.
was like telling you the whole time. I was like, well.
As she slit her wrists.
By
Good.
talking about another rated R movie that this guy was in, he was rated R movie that was really good was The Matrix. The original Matrix was really good, and it's rated R. For the first time, Lawrence Fishburne, which was Morpheus in the first Matrix, and Keanu Reeves, which is Neo in the first Matrix, are together again.
You know what's funny?
And the song that goes off in your head is Reunited. Okay, sorry.
Lawrence Fishburne.
I was disappointed by
his
the
character. Reminded me a lot of his character in Predator. Remember when he's like kind of psycho?
No.
He was one of the, the Alien vs Predator.
Okay.
Is that a recent movie? Are you talking?
He's talking about the old movie when Lawrence Fishburne was it. Are you sure you're talking about Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, it was him.
Okay, just making sure you're not
Because
talking
there's
about.
one
first
where
Predator? Or first Aliens versus
I
Predator?
forget which one it is, but
'Cause I don't remember in
There's
Predator.
one where they get into the next arena tournament thing, right? And then one of the Predators saves them, but the guy takes off his helmet and it's Lawrence Fishburne, and he's from the previous hunting thing, and he survived, and he stayed out there for so long, and he tries to like basically poison them all to take their stuff. No one remembers this?
No.
Holy crap. You guys
Was
suck.
that Alien versus Predator?
You guys suck, dude.
you
Hold
don't
on.
even remember what the title of the goddamn
I'll
movie
tell you
is.
right now.
It's fine. So you were disappointed by their meeting, but
Yeah. They didn't have the chemistry that they did in Matrix.
why? Was it because Morpheus in the Matrix was the mentor, and
It was in the
kinda
movie
weird?
Predators,
Yeah, that's true. In this movie,
2010.
Predators.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see it then. I
didn't
did
watch
not
that
see
one.
Predators.
What? That was a good one. It's the one where the guy from that 70s show who was on there, and the people like.
I stopped watching after Predator 2.
Dude, you guys missed out. That was a good
Will
one.
Will likes the xenomorphs.
Hey, watch it.
Is it xenomorphs?
It's in there too.
I love the
Xenomorph is in there.
Xenomorphs.
Xenomorphs. He
It's
doesn't
in
like to see the xenomorphs die.
What?
I saw a xenomorph in Vegas, by the way.
I don't like seeing the Marines take the Xenomorphs out.
Oh, Schwarzenegger's so good.
Mm.
But I was gonna say I saw a xenomorph made out of metal in Vegas. Guess how much his price tag was? He was 12 feet tall.
Feet?
And made out of metal.
$1 million.
No, it was a little high. $9,800
Oh, what?
for the statue. Yeah, and it's made out of like
Was it this like
car
artistic representation? Or?
Yeah, artistic. It's car parts and.
So okay, it was
Just letting
that
you know.
exactly okay.
Just wanted to put that out there. It was fun. I took a picture of it.
You
And I
could
was
tell
going to
he
show
was
you.
about to go buy it.
No, it was already sold. I was going to send it to you, but it was sold.
Oh, how disappointing!
But
You know what was disappointing? The fact that Ruby Rose was in 3 films this year and only one of them was successful.
Well, it depends on how you gauge success.
I thought she was okay in this movie, but it was not a speaking role.
Yeah, she does good when she doesn't talk.
But how is she getting in so many movies? Is she have like an amazing agent, or what's going on?
Probably because
She did 3 movies at once. They all
Ellie,
came out week after week.
Didn't you say that this is because she blew up in season 3 of Orange is the New Black or
she
something?
did. She got really popular when she appeared in that. I remember I didn't watch that season because I didn't care for it at that point. But they were making a big hype on her, just mostly for her looks because she's pretty, I guess.
Well,
Well,
she's got that.
She's
got
like
that
tough, pretty. Like
She's got that rebel
Yeah.
look.
She's got a lot of forehead.
She's like, have you ever
I'll say
heard
that
her
much.
talk? Like, she's Australian, I think.
Yeah,
She
she's
sounds
Australian.
so cool.
She's a DJ.
she's got a
She's a
thug.
DJ and she's a VJ on MTV too. In I don't know
Yeah.
what part of the world. I don't watch MTV
She
anymore. I'm
just
sorry.
sounds like a really
Didn't even know
young
that was a thing.
population of young people just kind of like following her and loving
She has a
her.
lot of forehead. I'm just gonna say like a lot. Like you could play hockey on that forehead. Anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
She takes some acting classes, right?
Either take some acting classes or be more discerning on the roles you're gonna be in.
Right.
Like I
that's true.
don't be in a movie where you're just gonna be a mummy in a tree. So
doing Cirque du Soleil.
Cirque du Soleil. I feel bad, but that's what it was. But this isn't a movie she's in again, and she actually did okay, but she didn't talk. But that's not why she's a bad actress. I don't think her talking is the part that sucks. You're just in the bad roles.
Yeah.
That's true because
Yeah.
she didn't talk,
I
and
think
it was
Tommy
even
was on
a
it.
little better. That role was a little better for her than the other
Be
two.
more selective in your roles.
Yes, be more selective
Yeah.
in your roles.
Don't
Maybe-
be a role slut.
Maybe she's just because she's just starting out with movies. I don't recall her being in any other movie.
Yeah.
But maybe this is her
Nobody
starting
likes-
out like, hey, check me out. This is my face. It's
Nobody-
like maybe her next.
Nobody likes.
Yeah, but she did so many at once, like 1,
Yeah.
2, 3 movies all at once.
Yeah.
When you do that, like
Don't be a
can't-
role whore.
You can't break out when you put 3 crap movies out at once. If she was more like
2 crap movies. Thank you.
2 crap movies. I would say, if you're like more like Mel Gibson or something, where you put one movie out like Mad Max and only like, holy crap, that was a great movie, and then you put Mad Max out number 2, and
She
then you
could
go
also
to
be.
Lethal Weapon.
She also could be doing this because she might be afraid of being boxed into one character, kind of like Johnny Depp, where
Except all
anything he
characters
all,
look the
plays-
same
all her
thing.
characters are the same.
see.
Tough woman with a gun.
Tough woman with a gun, or a tough woman that flips off cameras and then gets chopped up. Sorry.
Chop, chop, chop.
Anyway, what do you guys rate this movie?
9.5.
9.5 again.
9.6.
9.6. William?
I can't.
Comprehend.
You can't compute.
9.4.
9.5. So 9.5 it is.
What
That's a
did you just rate
goddamn
it?
good rating.
Well, you said 9.5.
I know I can't give it a rating. I didn't see it.
Sound of disappointment right there.
Oh.
That was, that's why I never put anything into it by saying anything about the movie. I was just
Hey, except you tried to get away with saying it was a
Just
crap
reading the
movie,
show notes.
some bitch.
That's right.
I'm building off you guys. I'm pushing it back onto you guys.
And now, listener confessions.
All right, so we have a listener confessions that's at Batman tweeted us. I love Incredibles. Less than 900 days till Incredibles 2.
Dude, I
comes
can't wait
out.
for that shit too.
I hope the soundtrack's as good as it was for Incredibles 1. Incredibles 1.
I hope it's as
soundtrack
funny
was
as it
awesome.
was.
There's a lot of people that are really like dying for that movie.
Me
'Cause
included.
It's good stuff. And then we have one of our most adamant confessors, which we really appreciate. Wow, Sabrina. I hope we're saying wowzers, Sabrina.
Wow, it's Wows or Brina.
Are you sure it's not wowzer?
What Wows Brina?
Wowzers, Brina. Sent us a compilation of Death Drop unconscious bodies from Dishonored 2.
I think it's Wowzer Sabrina,
Is it Sabrina?
but you couldn't fit it all.
Oh,
Yeah, Wowzer Sabrina sent us a compilation of Dead Drop unconscious bodies from Dishonored 2 on Instagram. And one of her tweets was, "Oh my god, another one, what the hell?" And it's a person basically folded in half in a certain way. And then another one mentioned you in a comment. He's unconscious doing a death drop like a pro. I'll admit I'm jealous.
it's basically just laying down with
Hashtag get it, girl.
your feet like against your knee pads. I was like,
So
I
basically
don't
you
know how to
fold in
explain it.
half like
Your
hamburger wise. But your
no,
legs are behind you.
No, you fall down on your knees and then you lay back.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's a good way of
the best
saying
way
it.
you can say it. Yeah.
And hashtag get it girl, hashtag Dishonored 2 at Nerd Confessions.
I don't know why Get It Girl came from. It's like
Get it, girl.
Because she's
like,
killing it. She's
yeah,
killing
she's
it.
like, get
okay.
it, yeah, get it.
So she did.
That's right.
We really appreciate those. So keep sending us those drops. We actually enjoy them quite a bit. They're pretty funny. So, and if you want to send us your confessions, you can email us at contact@nerdconfessions.net or send us a tweet at nerdconfessions with the number 0 replacing the O's because somebody owns Nerd Confessions, but they don't use it for like 10 years.
fucking asshole.
So since Twitter was released. But anyway, thank you for that. It's hard to do this at the same time. I apologize.
Maybe if you had a laptop.
Yeah, Mister, I don't refuse to bring my laptop.
I just don't like using it because every time I use it, I go search on things I'm not supposed to search.
What does that even mean?
I do bad
What do you
things.
search?
I do bad things.
What? I'm telling Allie.
Okay.
Allie.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, I know. It's like it took me a second. I'm like, okay, you said Allie.
Allie, like an A-L-I.
Yeah, like Allie,
So.
like your Allie.
Yeah, it's a problem. Isn't it?
Am I starting?
Yeah, you're supposed to use the other phone to read, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's so hard to do this with 2 phones. I hate this.
Too far ahead.
Too far ahead. What do you mean too far ahead?
The music,
okay,
bro!
You're fine now.
Okay.
You're fine now. Go ahead.
Well, that wraps up this week's confession. Join us next week for more discussions and opinions on things that pique our interest. If you have any confessions you would like to discuss with us, feel free to send it our way. As always, we want to thank all our listeners and followers for tuning in, supporting us, sharing us, liking us, reviewing us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Whatever you want to do, every little bit helps us grow. And don't forget, you can find a previous episode and bonus content on our website, nerdconfessions.net. This is Nerd Confessions, signing out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Have a good one.
Logging out of Nerd Confessions. Connections terminated. Transmission over.